There's a look at one of the 2M social buildings here in Patong, Phuket, Thailand. Although that is not the location where I am staying. I am in that building in the center of the shot, off in the distance. I think they call one of these buildings Afterglow and the other one is Sunkissed. I'm not sure why that is, but they're both attached to the Jungceylon Shopping Center here, a very large and rather convenient shopping mall. There's a few 7-Elevens in there, a lot of food options and tons of shopping. But this one's about the hotel experience. So I'm just gonna head into this other building here and we're gonna check out the amenities quickly. Both buildings have a swimming pool. This one also has a gym. And when I booked it, I wasn't really sure what I was getting into in terms of which building I'd be staying at. And if I could do it again, I would have booked a room in this building. Even though it's slightly less conveniently located, both are rather central. The beach is just a 10-minute walk in that direction. It's not too far to get to. And the famous Bangla Road, where a lot of the nightlife is literally just on the other side of that building off in the distance. And I'll show you the view of that from my room. And I paid $8.43 Canadian for 4 nights, so it's a little on the expensive side for this area, but it is definitely a bit nicer than a lot of the hotels here. Here's the lobby. At this particular building, I'm guessing this is probably where they hold their breakfast. There's a breakfast area, which I haven't yet recorded. I'll see if I can remember to record it or take some pictures from breakfast tomorrow. Tomorrow's my last night here. You could access the shopping mall just over there. Check-in was fast and friendly. They're really great here in that department. And they had a welcome gelato drink. I'm assuming we're going up to 4 here. I don't see any sign saying swimming pool, but it was located on the 4th floor in my building. But they said you have access to everything in this building should you choose to come over here. So here we are. Got this kind of open air concept. I wonder if that's where they hold the buffet breakfast, or if the people here have to come over to the one where I'm staying. They do have like a tuk-tuk that can shuttle you from one building to the other. Sunkissed pool bar, swimming pool, and there's a Let's Relax spa here. That's a really nice massage parlor. That's a chain that's all over Bangkok and Pattaya as well. And there we go, Sunkissed pool bar. Yeah, this is definitely nicer than the pool on the other side, which we'll see in a few moments. I'm just gonna dip my toe in. The water is not heated, but it's certainly nice enough. It looks like they have some swim-up pools, or swim-up rooms rather. Yeah, I think the rooms on this side were the same price. I'm kind of jealous and wish I stayed over here. They do have towels you can take to the beach with you. But we're just gonna check out the gym. Hopefully no one's in here. Kick my shoes off. Don't want to track water through here. Treadmills. These things. Do some pull-ups or chin-ups. There's a bench. It looks like that one inclines as well. Heaviest dumbbells are 25 kilograms. That's more than enough for most people. But what I'm going to do is flash forward in time and connect to the building where I'm staying. I'm not going to record walking back out of this place through the lobby. I'll just show you quickly the connection to the mall here while my footwear squeaks, because I just got my foot wet after dipping it into the pool. There's a good mix of kind of high-end and regular stores for us common folks here. There's a big food hall in this mall. If you want to get something while being able to enjoy the AC. There's a Big C supermarket, which is extremely convenient. There's another spa. There's even a Tim Hortons in this area here. The hotel breakfast was pretty good. There's an omelet station. I'll see if I can show some of that from tomorrow's breakfast. Plenty of fruit. You get salad and a few other random things. Bacon, sausages. It's all fairly decent. And I can enter the other part of the hotel through the mall there, just straight ahead to the left. But I'm guessing the front of the part of the hotel I'm staying at is just over here. There's also another shopping mall right across the street called Central. Well, I might as well leave the camera running as we are here. But you got to see a little slice of the mall. Here is the main entrance. So this is where I got dropped off of. When I booked this on booking.com, it did include a free airport transfer, which was kind of nice. That saved about $25 Canadian. It was about an hour and 10 minutes from the airport to here. And that other social location is just over there. And that's the second row straight ahead. I'm not sure the official name of it, but I'll show you that from the balcony in my room. It's got kind of a similar feeling and vibe to The other M Social building, this is where the breakfast is held. There's a nice fake cherry blossom tree. Connection to the mall right over there. Little waiting area. Let's pop into an elevator. And I mentioned I'd rather stay in the other building, and you might be wondering why. Well, let's actually check out the pool here first. That's on 4. Well, not only is the pool better in the other area, but this area is so close to the nightlife that unless you are staying up late partying every night, you might find yourself asking to change rooms. And I'll show you why when we get to our room, but you can see it's a similar kind of open concept, although this building is covered. They've got that canvas roof. But it's nice you have access to both pools and they're so close to one another. I think this used to be the Millennium Hotel. When I stayed in New York City about 4 or 5 years ago, I stayed at an M Social overlooking Times Square. I wasn't aware it was the same hotel chain. The swimming pool is quite nice. I was here a few days ago before heading out to the beach. No gym, but there is a bar, plenty of towels. They do have that water feature, which is nice. It masks some of the noise you'll get from the street. The sea is off in that direction. All right, I'll fast forward to getting off the elevator at the 6th floor, where I am staying. One thing I cannot comment on is housekeeping. We've kept the do not disturb sign on the whole time, but it's a pretty nice space. It does kind of feel like you're staying in a mall. I think I like the ambience and decor of the other building a little bit more. And herein lies the big problem with my particular room, something I didn't notice the first few nights because I was out enjoying the nightlife until the wee hours of the morning. But I had an early night last night, and I found myself not able to go to sleep. Before I show you the rest of the room, we'll just cut to the heart of my issue with this particular room. Maybe tonight I can snag some footage of this. Got all kinds of wet, soggy clothes on the balcony. I apologize for that, but that right there where you see that sign that says Rock Hard's Crazy Girls, that's the north end of Bangla Road. Or maybe it's not the north end, but it's the end. And there is Sugar Club and a Bollywood club. And at night, there is so much noise emanating from that area till like 4 or 5 in the morning. And it definitely gets into the room. And it makes it extremely hard to sleep. Definitely bring a sound machine. But I think it's really just these rooms here on this side. If you stayed on the other side opposite of this room or in the other building, I don't think you're going to be too impacted. But it's not something I really noticed because the first few nights, again, I went out, I got kind of hammered, came home and slept like a baby. So it was one of those things, I didn't notice till last night, and it seems like 3 nights into a stay at a hotel to ask to change rooms because it's too noisy. Just seemed kind of weird. So I chose to just deal with it. There's a go-kart track on the roof of Central over there. That's that other mall. That's really more of a department store. But there are tons of restaurants, bars, massage parlors all along this street here. Again, there's Bangla Road. 400 meters to the south is the beach. And about 10 minutes in that direction is the Otop Market. And that's the other kind of nightlife spot here where there's a lot of beer bars and that sort of thing. And that's the roof of the Jungceylon Shopping Center. There's a few chairs, which again are covered in wet clothing, and a table out here. And here's the room. It's nice and big. It's got a little bit of a musty smell to it, and the air conditioning is super powerful. It seems to be all or nothing. Doesn't really matter what you set it to. It seems to go full-blown freezer mode. Wi-Fi here is pretty good. It's about, here I'll run a speed test. It's about 60 up, 60 down. I did not see an Ethernet plug. Here, let me just run a test. You do get a safe, a fridge. They give you 2 bottles of water. I bought some mangoes from the supermarket, and I've been buying Schweppes soda water. There's a kettle, some creamer, the usual stuff. Yeah, download 49, upload about 50. The TV, I can't see the remote to it. It is a smart TV, but for some reason they've stripped out the YouTube and Netflix and those kinds of apps. There is a casting function, but I have not been able to get either of my phones or my laptop to cast to it. But you do get a number of Western channels. There's BBC News and CNN and some entertainment channels. Not that I really watch TV, at least not on vacation. What's weird is this chair, or this table, only has 1 chair. You think they would put 2 there in case there are multiple people wanting to enjoy a meal or something. This sectional is kind of awkwardly shoved into that corner. Well, it's comfortable. I don't know why you'd want to put your feet up and face the bed, so there's that. Perhaps this furniture was originally destined for another layout. The bed is nice and big and comfortable, and it's got this thing at the end. There's only 1 outlet on either side, and it is down there. That's a little annoying, but what's cool is they actually have a USB-C and USB port. So that's nice. There's some switches. This thing just comes right off. But you can control your lights, maybe. I think this one, oh, just turned on a light over there. It's quite noisy. So you get some control, but this panel obviously is flaky. They said if you have any questions, just to ask the AI. Hello, AI. What's the weather today? And it sometimes responds, it sometimes doesn't. You can control your lighting. I really dislike turning everything into a smart device. I'd rather just have a panel with buttons you can turn stuff on and off with. Hello, AI. It's not even working right now. Microphone on. But you're supposed to be able to just ask it for things like a wake-up call. You can ask it for water. And I think Hello AI is the wake-up call. It says you have to be on the home screen to do it. Amenities request. Water bottle. I don't know. I'm a tech and gadget guy myself, and I think This is a little much. In-room dining. You can order some food off of this thing, apparently. Oh, they just give you a QR code. That's probably better than mucking about on this thing. I don't know. I think this is kind of a... I don't even think it's a good idea in theory. I'm not a fan of it. Just give me a phone and let me call front desk if I need something. But again, we have the same charging situation over there. Also, it looks like they originally had a different fixture planned for this, because there's just a hole there that they run some cables through. Same thing over there, but there's no cables running through the hole. So again, I think the original design was perhaps for something else. And as you can hear, it's quite noisy during the day. Also, you can hear people talking and stuff through the walls. It's not the most built or quiet of rooms. Just thinking, is there anything else? I touched upon the breakfast. We'll check out the bathroom, which is pretty good. I don't mean to be overly hard on this place, but for what we paid, it would have been nice if it was quiet, I guess. But maybe that's my fault for not complaining. Shower head pressure is good. It gets nice and hot. This thing though, if you want to use the rainfall shower head, they do give you shampoo and body wash and ample towels. They give you a few blue towels as well, which we took to the beach. There's also robes. But let me turn this way. But if you use this thing, you'll notice it splats, and it actually splats water right into the floor. Over enough time, there's going to be a big puddle right here on the bathroom floor. So I think maybe this thing just isn't long enough, but just another observation. Sink, hand wash. Makeup mirror if you want to see your face look freakishly big. You get the bum gun. Toilet. I quite like this little ledge here to put stuff on. I think this floor is like a fake terrazzo. I think that's what it's supposed to be. It definitely seems like it's just painted on and not the real thing. But all in all, I'm fine with it. I wish it were more quiet. I wish I asked to change rooms earlier. So I would definitely want a sun-kissed room. Or if you are in this building, because this location is better. It is closer to the action than the other building, even though it has a lesser pool. But I would want to stay looking at the other side where you're probably going to have a lot less noise. But anyways, here's the M Social in Phuket. Patong is kind of party central. It's worth noting there are nicer beaches than Patong Beach, about 20-30 minutes away. You can go to Kamala Beach or Surin Beach. There's a number of other ones. And you can use the Bolt app to get a driver rather than a tuk-tuk. It'll be cheaper and more convenient. You can just take my word on that, but I hope you enjoyed it. Let me know your thoughts and comments down below. If you wish to support what I do on YouTube, there's links to my Patreon and YouTube channel membership down in the description. I've got an Instagram account at Johnny Strides, and there is a super thanks button appearing down below if you wish to say thanks that way. Anywho, thanks for watching, I guess, from the M Social in Patong, Phuket. Yoink.